I'll be forever grateful to Capital One because they gave me my first ever credit card. Today, I want to share all of the credit cards that I currently have in 2024 with Capital One, including the credit limit that I have, the total amount of annual fees I'm paying to Capital One, and just how I've spent some of my venture miles. I'm Key, and my channel is called keyKEYadventures, but let's get right into it. I've told this story on another video, but I'll just give an abbreviated version here. Back when I needed to apply for a leased vehicle, I had absolutely no credit at all. The car buying process was a little bit stressful because of my relationship with money, knowledge of credit at the time, and so many other things. Luckily, I was able to get a vehicle with the help of a co-signer, which happened to be my brother. Ever since that time, I didn't want to have to rely or have a co-signer for really anything else, so that's really the time that I decided to get my very first credit card. Here in 2024, I currently have a total of 4 credit cards with Capital One. 3 of those are personal credit cards, and one of those being a small business credit card. So over 10 years ago, I did get that first Capital One credit card. I don't remember the name of the credit card offhand, but today it's the Capital One Quicksilver credit card. It has no annual fee, and I don't put any day-to-day charges on the account with the exception of my parents' annual AAA membership. This is something that I charge the card for their annual membership to AAA, and they reimburse me in cash later on. This helps me keep the card alive without really having much thought to it because they're never canceling AAA, let's be honest. I personally don't have AAA, and you should also consider not having it as well if you have some of these mid-tier or upper-tier credit cards in 2024. A lot of those offer roadside coverage that's equivalent to AAA, but I digress. We can talk about that another time. Another charge that's actually going on there through the end of June is an Uber One membership. Capital One is reimbursing me about $10 each month. It's my first card, so I'm never going to cancel, let's be honest. This is definitely what people call a sock drawer card, or really, honestly, never sees the light of day. Moving on to the Capital One Venture One credit card. This card also has $0 annual fee. This is another card that I acquired early on in my credit journey. It's one that I'm never gonna give up. Truly, this card also doesn't see the light of day. And personally, how I keep my cards active is at least once per year, I'll take some of these sock drawer cards that I have right over to my computer, and I will actually go to Amazon.com and purchase a gift card for either 50 cents or $1. This keeps the card active because technically you did make a purchase with that credit card. I know I'm going to use my Amazon dollar, so this is just a quick way. Another way you could keep the card active that's a little bit cheaper, if 50 cents or $1 is too steep, you could actually go to your local supermarket if you guys have self-checkout and get a thing of bananas and just sit there with your cards and purchase one banana at a time. This is usually about maybe 25 cents or so, depending on your grocery store. So there's two quick ways to keep cards from getting closed out on you. Go ahead and like this video. Also, while you're down there, check out the description box in this video and all of my other videos. I put a lot of helpful information in the description box, such as helpful links, as well as my travel scorecard. Check it out right now. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? The last personal credit card that I have with Capital One is the Capital One Venture X card. Now, this card does have a $395 annual fee. Super shameless plug, but anytime I apply for a brand new credit card, I'm always using a referral link either from one of my favorite YouTubers, family, or friends. So that's what I did, and that's how I acquired this Capital One Venture X card. At the time that I signed up, I received 90,000 venture miles into my account after I completed the minimum spending. So far, I've used the venture miles in 3 different scenarios. One is to transfer out to some of those transfer partners such as Wyndham. The second was I actually used the points acquired for a travel eraser type expense when I went to the Philippines. I stayed at a very luxurious boutique property. And although food was included, alcohol was not. So partially inclusive. Basically, we put the charges of our drinks for that week on the card, and then we erased it with points after the fact. These venture miles come in handy as I'm attending all of the Major League Baseball stadiums. This is something that's been on my bucket list, and maybe I'll even finish it in 2024, maybe 2025, we'll see. Every few months during baseball season, Capital One releases cardholder exclusive type offers for specific games. For the low cost of 5,000 miles per person, you're actually able to get some really amazing seats at these stadiums. Although this credit card comes with a hefty $395 annual fee, there are some things to help kind of justify that a little bit in my mind. So first and foremost, there is a $300 travel credit that you can use within Capital One's travel portal. Having the Capital One Venture X credit card in your collection, you automatically can gain access to the Capital One lounges in a variety of airports. Earlier this year, I traveled to Washington, D.C. just to test out some of these lounges, and I was truly impressed. Two other things I want to mention before moving on to the fourth and final card is that by having the Capital One Venture X card, you do receive a priority pass membership as well as automatic Hertz Presidential Circle status. So if you're renting any cars, make sure you sign up for Hertz and enroll in that benefit on your card. I like to call it the Easy Pass rental car experience. Basically, as soon as you land and navigate your way to the rental car area, you can skip the line of all the folks and just grab a car from the parking lot and get going with the reason why you're in that town or city. Priority Pass is nice to have, but I do have a lot of other credit cards that offer this benefit. I do just want to say how I differentiate the different priority passes that I have in my collection is as soon as I get the card and enroll, I'll actually take the card and write on the back of it in the signature line which credit card the priority pass came from. On these three personal credit cards, I have a total credit limit of $20,250 available. The fourth and final card that I have is the Capital One Spark Business Credit Card. Now, business card does not have an annual fee associated with it. And lastly, I do have a credit limit of $10,000 on this Spark Business Credit Card. Just to keep it 100 with y'all, I actually was going to apply for the Capital One Venture X business card as well, but during that application, I was actually declined, and instead I was offered the chance to get this Spark business card. It had a great sign-up bonus, so I actually did take the offer, but something to note about this card specifically, if you are interested, is that it does add to your Chase 524 count. What's nice though is that even though this is a business card and I have those other personal cards, they're all shared on one login. Capital One makes it easy for all of the cards that I have here. I can move and transfer all of the points onto one card, which I choose the Capital One Venture X card. So all in all, I have 4 credit cards with Capital One. I pay $395 each year to keep these cards in my arsenal. And I have a credit limit of a little over $30,000 with Capital One. If there ever comes a point where I do not want the Venture X card in my collection, that does offer multiple downgrade paths and product change options to no annual fee cards. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't.